Okay, got a no cooling call on the top floor of this house. We have made a couple of repairs here before. If I remember right, they got a couple of Goodmans. I see them down there. They're pretty old, the old brown ones, and hoping she's got a simple problem. So anyway, I'm walking up here to ask her, you know, if it turns on in the house and whatnot. And I'll tell you what, bees are just all over me these last couple of days. Right by her front door. Good Lord. All right, I'm gonna take this non-staining, non-oil based, and we're just gonna see how they like it. Oh yeah. See what they do. They drop like rocks. They sure are wobbling good. This kind doesn't drop them and kill them quite as good as the oil-based, but this won't stain her house all the heck. So I'll let them die and get the garden hose over here pretty quick. No, you ain't got to hit them.
Okay. I'm gonna hit them.
They gone. They still wiggling a little bit. But they're having a hard time. Them over there that's drowned, they dead.
There's one right here on this.
Yeah, that's all right. We got a little more for him. Where's he at?
On the rug. I never come out my front door.
That's the reason I said don't slam the door. All right, we better get some garden hose water over here going and go look at the AC at the same time. All right, nice big stand-up attic. This is over the garage and all the duct work goes over that way into the attic. And while that pan looks to have had problems in the past, it looks really dry now. So I was not aware, over all the years of working on these Goodmans, I knew this would hold a 3-inch piece of pipe. I didn't realize the 2 went down in there as well. So, obviously the float switch did not cut it off, so we've either got a thermostat issue or likely the contactor looks rough in that machine, and maybe it's intermittently coming on. So let's go out there and take a look at that. All right, just thought I'd look up here and see if we're getting cool air. Now notice that. I think we can add that to the, you see a little bit of everything out here. So the artist that did the work wasn't too bad. Went right over the filter grill. Not too shabby. Okay. All right, I heard the buzz of death. Fan got hot real fast. And look at what I opened up and found. Just like that. Bracket hanging loose, capacitor laying down in there and puffed up. But laying down in there. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to test it because there is no question if that thing's any good or not. And somebody has rubbed off Nice size. So I think that's what's left of a 30. Can't tell if that's 30 or 35. So I'm gonna take a picture of it and blow it way up and look. All right, so we're gonna call that 30. And I'm gonna put this Mars 30 plus 5, made in USA. Our good friend Ralph Wolf, a lot of you may know him, works for Ferguson. He's actually a Mitsubishi. He's a tech for one of these, Mitsubishi mini split field service tech, and he's got a training room and he does the classes on them. He was up visiting one day last week and we went into Ferguson and they got us a pretty good deal, so we bought a little bit of stock of these Mars USAs, and I think we're just gonna go with a couple of different brands of the USAs and clear out all the China ones and just move forward like that and see if we get better results. Ralph got us a pretty good deal with Ferguson on these, and I'm using that as leverage to get a little bit better deal out of a couple others. And I'm gonna spread these things everywhere till I see what gives trouble and what doesn't. So, I mean, this USA thing, I'm hoping is as good as it reads and looks like it'll be. But, you know, for all we know, it's just assembled in the USA with the same parts. Components, whatever. So, unlike the last guy, I think I'll go ahead and stick a screw in it. Although we walked up to it and it didn't have one. I'm gonna turn it to where it can be read. And that way, if it does vibrate or rub or whatever, it won't rub off the value. And also, if somebody comes to work on it, they can see what it is. So we're gonna have this stupid 10-minute load control to deal with, but see? So we'll push it in by hand. See what it sounds like. Oh yeah, and I feel the hot air going up my sleeve, and I hear that old Bristol growl. So let's put the door on it and wait the 10 minutes out. Make sure she's got AC. Find out if she wants to do anything else. All right, so the way we know is there's a red light in that load shed, and this one over here that we have not killed the power to is green, which means it can start up. The red one means it's on delay, or they've, you know, hit it for a load control. So these things are called load controls, but Train calls them a load shed. I'm not really sure why, but sitting through the classes and reading the paperwork has got me in the habit of saying that every now and then. But it's actually a load control. I think on one of the other videos, somebody had asked a question, what is this load shed you're referring to? So that's what I meant, was load control. And I'm not really sure why Train refers to it as a load shed, S-H-E-D, but that's what they call it. And these things are, I think, 18 years old. At least that's what she said. So I see a double change out here just waiting to culminate. And I am definitely going to offer her a quote. And putting that quote in writing will allow me to leverage Train into sticking to the price with me, even if it's a year or two down the road. So I'm going to offer her that before we leave, but a few more minutes and we should see it crank up. We'll go inside and make sure it's making temperature and move on. All right, so she does want to go ahead and replace them both at the same time. We should have our green light back there. Yep, so they're both powered up and running. So, we're going to get in here late next week and just change it all out at once. And in that case, there's no charge for today, so that's another little added bonus that she'll like. And while we're out here, we're going to unhook that high voltage wire that you see and put a little short 2 or 3 foot piece of seal tight on that. Shelter that indoor orange wire from the weather. Really doesn't have to be a number 10. I don't think it has to be that big, but we'll just put it in a piece of seal tight for whoever did that. So, looks like we'll be back here. And one of these days when that tank gives out in there, we'll get rid of that hut and put her a tankless water heater out here. But for right now, she needs 2 furnaces, 2 coils, and 2 AC units. So we'll get some footage of the after probably about a week from now. Thanks for watching.